Alright, well, welcome back to the workbench. It's been a while since I recorded something. I'm, well, I'll just cut straight to the facts and the chase, and then we'll, get on with today's episode. I got, my ups and downs with depression and a couple other things, and, not saying I'm depressed right now, so, um, but, I get kind of overwhelmed. I kind of doubt myself still. I've been having I've been having some struggle trying to lose weight. I was doing really good a year ago, and then around October, November-ish, I ended up starting to tear on my rotator cuff, and that really sidelined my swimming and a lot of the progress that I was making. And add in a little bit of let myself slide on the backside, and then you go through, holiday season. You got all those yummy cookies and fudge and all the fixins, all the good stuff that happens over the holidays. And then I've been slowly getting myself back into the shape. Been tightening back down on my yoga again. I take I've been taking this week off because my unrelated to the rotator cuff, which has been starting to feel better. I got one of those bad, crick in the neck where you can't move your neck one way, and it pulls into your shoulder, down under into your shoulder blade, down your back, and up your neck. And if you twist the wrong way, or I don't know, maybe it's just me getting old. Maybe it's just part of getting old. So, anyways, I've been taking it easy this week, and I have been making some changes. Things are coming. I now have a resin 3D printer that's gonna allow me to start taking this to the next level. I now have the computer. I now have the new camera, which I'm now recording on. I've done a few live streams that nobody paid attention to, but I don't have any viewers yet, so we're getting there. But so I've been kind of slacking, getting discouraged when I have nothing to get discouraged over. So it's been some time since we last spoke. Now that I got some of that out of the way, and we're gonna figure things out as I go. I don't exactly know the name of everything yet right now. I have coined what I hope I have coined, and I'm going to. Anyways, it's what I call aftermarket model railroading, because that's exactly what I'm doing. So the last time we seen this locomotive, it was actually quite a different color. In fact, it was quite uncolored, with a lot of paint being stripped away and whatnot. I finished it. I have complete. Well, let me put this back on real quick so I can try to give a little bit of a view to the camera. Get that in there. So this is the Verdi. It is a fictional Virginia and Truckee locomotive. I may or may not have brought that up in the last episode. But it is a fictional engine, something that it is a Mark 1. It is to prove to myself that I have the ability to do what I hoped I had never done before. I have learned some new skills. I now have a soldering iron. I picked one of those up. And I've figured out how to use, because we're gonna need to get these out soon enough. I figured out how to wire up. See if I can get this without the glare on it. There we go. A Tsunami 2 Soundtracks TSU. That is Tango Sulu Uniform. 1100. Digital sound decoder, Steam 2, and this also is a current keeper. And then I got two little Mini Cube 3 speakers in this bad boy, and I'll tell you what, she can pull quite well. I have done a little bit of, special modifications, and it runs great. I have to, before I go any further, have to give a big shout out to George at Soundtracks. Now, he has a video you can find on their Soundtracks YouTube page, and I had stumbled across him on What's Neat with Ken Patterson. And he had taken a 440 Bachmann retooled 440, which is what this is, and he had converted it into the General from the Civil War, the Great Locomotive Chase, and he did a fantastic job. It has flickering headlight. He even put light like an interior cab, which, I mean, I can get an engineer in there, but I'm not to the level of the rewiring that he did to get the added effects, which I may try to figure out someday, but today is not that day. So the engine is complete. I took out the old decoder and I put in the new decoder, and it took me some time and figured that out. But George was very patient, and he helped me. He really helped me try to figure out and understand the process and what wire goes to what and how, he I just can't say enough. So again, big huge shout out to George. He did a lot of help, and I was able to make it successfully work. I've got a couple of videos on my Instagram page and Facebook page where I have taken this thing across the third track at our club. And there are a lot of dead spots. Well, I wouldn't say dead spots. There's a lot of spots that this engine would have stalled out on. My other little 440 is still just Bachmann. I don't have the extra lead wipers on the trucks yet. I haven't done any other modifications on the other one, and it stalled out several times on track 3 because track 3 has a lot of switches and frogs, and if you're more into the railroad community, you know what I'm talking about. But they're basically spots that the pickups on the train, the engine, and the locomotive and the tender aren't picking up the electrical current telling it what to do. And so there's a device called the current keeper, and it maintains the decoder power for up to about 10 seconds. So that means when I pick it up off the track, it's still going to be rolling its wheels trying to move. So I have decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo the damn thing. Let me explain why. I didn't know what I was doing the first time around, and a lot of it was kind of guesswork, and so I snipped the wires down further than I intended to initially go. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to, kind of like we did with the last episode, I'm going to start to break down a few pieces, and as I go about this, I'm actually going to do more documentation and videos as I actually work on it this time. Because the first time, I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't want to try to record something and then, it just be a bad recording or something. I had to figure out a little bit of, research and development on my end. And so what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to break it down. I'm going to redo all the wiring and everything. And I'm actually going to do my videos, and I'm going to try to show what I did so that way I could pass this knowledge on that I have learned. Because what's the point of learning something if you're not sharing it and spreading, the knowledge with others? Anyways, so yeah, that's enough rambling. Let's kind of get this taken apart a little bit. And we're going to repaint everything when I get done with this this current um, disassembly. I'm not happy with my not stencils, decals. They when I first got them, I didn't realize that they were not. So we might as well just go ahead and peel that. Well, we'll worry about that later. I didn't realize that they were not the water slide decals. So if you look, you can tell like it's got that glossy. It's a vinyl sticker. So I'm gonna eventually have to redo all the decals. I in my conversations back and forth with George, I figured out what type of decal paper he used, and so I'm going to basically try to do what he did. I do have stencils, or not stencils, why do I keep saying that? I do have the decal file on my computer still, and so I'm going to go and get them printed out, and hopefully uh, this and my other locomotive will look much better when I do the decal portion. Uh, and please join in the comments and let me get your opinion. I want to repaint this. Let's get that angle right. There we go. This locomotive. Now, again, this is a fictional engine. It's not going to be representing anything that was actually on the Virginia and Truckee Railroad. And as you can see, I've given it the black and polished brass that the Reno once had, their flagship locomotive. And this locomotive is not going to be pulling all my passenger cars and everything. I want to make this one my freight engine. Should I weather it down to make it look less polished and clean? I can't decide. Or should I just, not worry about super weathering detail and stuff? Because that's not really what I'm going for right now. I'm still kind of working my way through. I haven't been able to decide though. But because I love the black, I love the gunmetal on the boiler wraps. The brass on the sand dome and the boiler dome on the bell. It's supposed to be trimmed around on the water plate here, but because I handle it so much, it's rubbed off. So I got to find a better way of clear coating so it doesn't. Because I could take this boxcar and I can scratch at this all day long and it doesn't go anywhere. But I put a clear coat of gloss or flat coat and it doesn't protect. Eventually that paint scrapes off. So I don't know what I'm doing different that I can't mimic what what these come from out of the factory, the way their paint doesn't scratch. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. So for right now, we're not gonna worry about the locomotive right now, because that's not the most important part. I'm not tearing this thing apart tonight, because I'm not gonna have to worry about anything else. That thing works great. For right now, we are gonna take this and start tearing it apart. Let's see here. So, back into other conversations. I am going on a trip in July. I am going to be returning to my home state of Nevada for the 4th of July. But I'm also going to attend the Great Western Steam Up. And what this is it is going to be the largest collection of VNT steam engines since the rail line basically ended. It's gonna. I don't feel like digging it up on the internet right now. You guys can look it up. Just Google the Great Western Steam Up. in Carson City, Nevada, at the Carson City uh, Nevada State Railroad Museum. It's late at night. I should have gone to bed, so I'm brain farting a little bit. So I'm going to be doing that in July. I'm excited. And I'll definitely be taking video and posting it on here. It'll be like the first vacation that I, haven't had since I went to Afghanistan and went on my R&R to Hawaii. All right, so we've opened up the guts here, and as you can see, I have a bit of a rat's nest. Let's go ahead and let's bring the camera down. There we go. So, just to kind of explain the guts here. Don't mind the shakiness. Let me try that. There we go. That might work for a moment. This is what no budget looks like. So we're gonna... There we go. Close enough. So what we have here is the inside of the brains. This is actually the current keeper. This isn't even the smart part. The smart part is this little guy here in the middle. This is the current. This is the. See, it's late night. This is the Tsunami 2 decoder that's in there, and then you can't really see. Well, maybe get, but the two little black spot boxes. Those are the battery, or not the. What am I thinking? Those are the speakers, the Minikube 3 speakers. I am just doing a terrible job with word salad tonight. I'm just, anyways. I guess that's good enough for the camera. I don't feel like messing with it any further. Let's see here. We're doing, what's it telling me? 17 minutes in? Cool, we'll do a little bit further and we'll call it a night. I figure what? 20-minute videos will be good. 20, 30-minute videos. We gotta just start doing these videos. Alrighty, so I'm going to just yank all of this out of here. It's kind of a rough sight because I don't want to have to redo it all again, but we're going to do better. Let's see if I hope I didn't really glue these in. I don't think, there we go, I didn't do that. There we go. Okay, cool, fantastic. Oh, what is that from? That goes to that. Oh, oh well. Let's see if we can get that out of there. Part of it with a super glue didn't want to come off of the tinder apparently. There we go. See if this will get it. Yeah, I might have to file that later. I'll figure it out. Actually, you know what? I got new files coming in. I'll figure that out later. And I think I'm also, one of the things that I decided to do, because I was using the Minicube's speakers, which they do quite well. They're actually quite audible when they're working. But I'm gonna actually poke some more holes into the tinder. Let me pull this up here. Actually, we'll go. Ooh. There we go. Get that light. So, as you can see, there are some holes that, when I am done, will be hidden. Let's see. Can we get some light? There we go. Get that angle. There you see them. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put more holes throughout the wood load just to make it easier for the audio to come out. Because normally it actually comes out through the holes in the middle of here that you can see. And in fact, this is actually the speaker that comes with it. Actually comes with this one. I ordered this as just a needed. I had to get a new 6-pin harness wire assembly, and first I ordered it with this. Then I realized that I could actually have just ordered them individually, and I didn't realize that at first. Straight from the Bachman parts shop. So, anyways, this is the original speaker. This is the one that they come with. And I'm actually considering and thinking about this time, because this one came with, because now that I have the speaker, this did not initially have one. It was just DCC ready. But I'm going to take the speaker and I might hook it up into the daisy chain, actually, of the two speakers. And if I can make it all fit, it'll give me a little bit more audio. And less, I don't know. Unless maybe it wouldn't be a good idea. I gotta see if it'll fit. It should fit if I do it right. One of the problems that I ran into is the weight on the tender. There are two little plates, and in George's tutorial is not the right word. I don't even know what the right word is. Work in progress article, I guess, the what's neat. Anyways, he actually only left one in there, and I accidentally left two on there. And unfortunately, by doing that, I couldn't get the plate, or excuse me, the shell to lock down properly, and so there was a bit of a gap. And I'm just not happy with the mess that this is, so I'm going to actually, what I'm probably going to end up doing is taking this one, because everything's fresh and new off of it, and just redoing what I did on here. So that's going to be the next step. I'm not going to disassemble this just yet, because I want to use it as my in-hand diagram, I guess. One of the problems is I snipped some of these wires way too short, and it not in a way that would allow for proper, tucking them in where they're not going to be a mess, where they're not going to be a problem. And then the next time I get it all done, I'll be able to button it up properly, and it'll be a good time. It'll be great. I'm pretty excited about the direction I'm going to go. So I think we're going to go ahead and just call that a night. I need to acquire a few things to ensure that I don't lose parts right here. So we're just going to put that in there, and we're going to put these little screws in there. Actually, those little screws we're going to put on a piece of tape because they're tiny and I do not want to lose them. I'd be quite upset because I have no idea where to get some of these tiny screws and stuff. I actually had to take a trip to Home Depot and find some teeny tiny washers so that way I can clear the undercarriage, I don't know what they're called, sway bars? I don't know. They're on the bottom of these freight cars that I've got. Oh, here, I can take a... there we go. These bars down here. Not on these box cars, but on my other ones, the wheel would be rubbing up against this portion, this undercarriage bar, and unfortunately, it would cause the wheel to drag, which would put stress on the little engine, and I couldn't pull as much. So I was doing some looking at it, and I needed to get some space between the truck and the undercarriage of the chassis. And I went to Home Depot, and I just kind of looked at their washers, and I found an itty bitty teeny tiny washer, where did I put it? Did I put it up here? What did I do with them? I know I didn't lose them. That's not them. Let's get one thing at a time. Where did I do with those washers? I know. Are they in here? Maybe I put them in here. I don't think I did. Nope. I know they're not far because I wouldn't have put them where I wouldn't have access to them nearby. This has my curiosity because where did I stash them? Are they in this box? Maybe? Nope, those are my other current keepers that won't. They're current keepers set up in a different manner than the current one that I have. Well, anyways, I'll just have to look for them later. I don't know where I set them. But basically, they're the perfect tiny size that I needed. Gives the clearance on all of those rail cars, and now I don't have a single problem with any of them. I can't wait to go up to the club next week and give them a good run, because, yeah, the bedroom, I ran it on the easy snap track that I use for my bed layout, I guess you could call it. And, yeah, too many ups and downs over the unevenness of my bed, but it worked. All the wheels on those freight cars ran smooth and clean, and I'm pretty proud of it. Pretty proud of the work that I've been getting out of all of this stuff. There is a video that I have not yet posted on here. It's on my Instagram page and YouTube, Facebook. It is a video of running my Verdi around the layouts track 3, and I gotta post it up here. I'll probably do that probably when I go to bed, so that way it loads overnight. Not that it takes all that time, but I can hit the load button, not worry about it until tomorrow. Anyways, I did a full lap around the third track 3, and I didn't have any problems. It was great. It was fantastic. I'm surprised I was able to make this come together and make it work. And tomorrow I will record more progress. As I said, I should have gone to bed, but I decided I wanted to record this and start the documentation process, because I tried it, before, but then I got sidetracked and didn't do it, and ended up finishing it and not recording nothing. So this time, now that I know a little bit more of what I'm doing, I can actually kind of explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, rather than just ho-humming along as I, fumble my way through the dark, as it were. So, with that being said, I'm just going to tuck this all stuff right back here. We're going to slide that there. Put this back over here. We'll get to those. Clean up my space a little bit. And that's probably going to stay in the clip. I don't edit any of this stuff because I don't have any idea how to do that editing stuff. I just do. So, I hope you all have a good night, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is you're doing. I'm out. I'm going to bed. Adios.